Hello to all my friends out there. So here I am in sunny Southern California. Snack time. Chips and salsa packet. That seems like a good way to really wreck your car. Let's see. These chips are the kind I like. Look. They're thin potato chips and they are not all smashed up. I got them at 99 cents only. So they give you very little salsa. Yummy. I got a hair in my mouth now. Yum. So I'm letting myself eat chips, sour cream, that kind of stuff, and staying away from sugar. Now it's a good thing I have a big mouth. I'm enjoying life. I used to irritate people because years ago I made myself the habit of enjoying life. Even during the worst of times. When my ex-husband was dying, he was in a nursing home. And actually it was a good place. We found out about it because one of his friends was in there and he broke both shoulders, and we were really lucky, and we got the same nurse from when my ex-husband's friend had been in there. And so he was really good with my ex-husband. So that was a bit of luck. And so at night, I would show up and I would stay. They would only let me stay until 10. I tried to yell and make them let me stay all night, and they wouldn't. So we would watch Seinfeld, Duck Dynasty, The Big Bang Theory. And so he actually had 2 roommates, and they were in real bad shape too. And so the one guy said, "Turn that thing down!" And I go, "Oh, sorry. So every night I came, he was stuck in there about a month, and we would watch TV, and pretty soon all the neighbors were watching the same show, and we were like a little family. And it made it so much better. And you know, every once in a while my ex-husband would accidentally forget how deathly ill he was. And we had the habit of doing that at home, you know, laying around after work and watching TV. So this habit of enjoying life, no matter what, is really going to save you. And time after time, I would compartmentalize my life. And then at night, when I got home, I would enjoy life. So I was working. And so you might be going, "You don't work." Yeah, that's true. But I buy stuff at thrift stores and I sell it. So one of the things that I have been buying is clocks. Now, I buy them cheap, and what I plan on doing them is when I go to the swap meet, I will probably go back to the Spring Valley swap meet because I find that one the most profitable, and you can rent yourself like a booth. They love me because I blow in early. I go and I park at 2 o'clock in the morning. If you live in a car, there's no reason you can't park at the Spring Valley swap meet from 2 a.m. until 6, and then just pull out and leave. And I go in and I set up real quick and I blow out at 10, and so they can re-rent my booth. I don't care. By 10, I have had it enough. So I used to adorn my jewelry with rocks and, stuff. And they always wanted to buy my decor. So the clocks will be the same way. And some of them I will repair and sell, but some of them will just be for adornment. So look at this cuteness. This is really cute. So I bought this for $7.99. The clock part is a little bit beat up. I'm hoping I can find somebody, and I got my senior discount. I'm hoping I can find somebody to repair these. Another thing I have is I have porcelain angels of all sorts. Doves are cute. And, stuff like that. So it goes good with the stuff I already have. But mainly these clocks are for adornment because it really sells your jewelry. And then I bought this cigar box for $3. Uh-oh. If any of you have good watches, if you find good cigar boxes, look how pretty this is. And this is handmade in Santiago, Dominican Republic. Look how pretty. I use it for jewelry. But when I go back to the swap meet, I can lay watches in here and display them and sell them. So I got my senior discount, so that stuff was $10. So that is what I do when I work. And what I do, I hope it's not the corona. What I do is I just wrap the clocks in bubble wrap and I put them in a box. So I have all the clocks together. So what I do when I go to the swap meet, just in case any of you have plans of doing this, is I had big tables and I sold them, but I just get my big tables, like they're like long rectangular tables. And I set the stuff that's valuable, like the clock or the watches in the back. And then I have piles of costume jewelry. I had pictures, and I throw all kinds of clothes, piles and piles of clothes on a tarp. And I will be going back as soon as the coast is clear. But the coast isn't clear, so I don't expect to be able to go back until 2022, but the whole time I will be buying. So when I first started doing this, my brother said, well, why don't you buy a thrift store? And I thought, forget it. I don't want to pay overhead. But if you rent a booth at the swap meet, that gives you you can have it like a store. And the overhead is a lot cheaper. I will buy I will rent the smallest one that they have. And they have some pretty small ones. And if your job has not come back, I would consider trying to find some merchandise. I would go totally out of service. If I had it to do in my life again, I was a hairstylist, I would never let anybody employ me. And I would be very careful at this time who you rent from. Does this person seem like the type who might consider your apartment necessary for their relative or friend? Is this person trustworthy? Because we're going to be seeing more treachery. I was hearing, I think it was here in Chula Vista, they got $15 million, some kind of rent relief, which kind of tells me that all around me, things are not good. So I moved to a better area. Once they had the riots and the looting, I couldn't get out of there fast enough. I thought this is only the beginning. And that was, around March or whatever. If you would like to see my old neighborhood, do a search, La Mesa, California, rioting and looting. Yes, was like a block away from where I lived. So, if your area is unsafe, I would consider relocating at the soonest possible. I mean, it could be anything. It could be treacherous weather. It could be undesirable neighbors. When a lot of you met me, I lived in this really bad neighborhood, and it reminded me when I was doing the car dwelling thing, and along that road was all homeless and people living in cars. And so, you know, that was bad. And you know, among other things, you know, it was just a really bad neighborhood. I don't suggest, I mean, even though you can probably get away with parking, I would try to park in a nicer area. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.